Hello, all of you gamers, professional and casual out there in the world. I am MegaAmpster. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you did, always super appreciated. I didn't think music would be really appropriate for this topic. Don't want to get like too deep into it, but I feel like it wouldn't really be appropriate for this. So I was away this past weekend, like the entire weekend, so I didn't have not have time to really give my thoughts or make a video like I am doing now on this subject. So sorry for being a little late to the party here. Well, I shouldn't really call it a party. That's not really appropriate. So if you are paying attention at all to like video game news over the last weekend, especially in regards to like Nintendo related stuff, you probably heard about the situation with Bayonetta 3, where originally, we were all wondering in the first reveal trailer back in the September 2021 Nintendo Direct when they finally re-unveiled Bayonetta 3. Everybody was like, wait, that doesn't really sound like the original voice actress Hellena Taylor from the first two games. And then later on in 2022, this past year, maybe just a couple months ago, Platinum Games mentioned that, oh, we couldn't, make it work out with her schedule. She was preoccupied, she was busy, we couldn't get the scheduling down. This video that Helena Taylor just put out 2 days ago, as of this recording, essentially claiming that that's complete BS. The reason why she wasn't voicing Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3 was because of how much they offered her. And apparently the original offer was even lower than a second offer they gave to her when she herself reached out directly to Kamiya, the one of the main guys behind Bayonetta 3, and I think Devil May Cry too. And he responded to her and said that offer, she broke NDA to say this. She said that he offered her 4,000 US dollars, which, from what I've done and the research I've looked up on and from other opinions, apparently is really, really bad in the voice acting space, which is also because there aren't any like residuals gained from the sales of the game. It was just a flat out $4,000 for all of your dialogue. And if you think about it, I mean, Bayonetta is the main character. She has a lot of Bayonetta talks a lot in the game, so she has a lot of dialogue. So that's just a really, really shitty number to come back with. And as a result, she said, "No, screw this. I'm not doing this. Like, that's not enough for me to be able to get from this performance." And just literally just under 2 weeks before Bayonetta 3's launch, she came out with this series, this three-part series of videos talking about really what happened, breaking NDA to do this. And honestly, good on her for doing this, because it has sparked a whole conversation about not even just Bayonetta 3 specifically, but voice acting in general when it comes to media, games, anime, cartoons, any of that. And good on her for speaking out against it. I think this was the right move, and more power to her. The main thing, so here's where the controversy comes in, right? And what I've been, debating back and forth, seeing other people's opinions and just trying to form my own, is the fact that she is calling for a boycott of Bayonetta 3 specifically. At the end of the day, this kind of brings me back a little bit to like, when the Activision Blizzard sexual allegations happened back in 2021 when it was big. People were boycotting their games, and I was too. I mean, to be honest, I never really played many of their games besides like maybe Crash and Spyro. So, but besides that, like, I had already bought Reignited Trilogy and Crash 4 at the time, and then literally the allegations started coming in. I was like, ooh, okay. But that's just because I didn't play a lot of their games. But we're seeing kind of a similar situation where people are boycotting their games, but it's different here because instead of the fans just deciding to boycott it, which they still are, the main voice actors for Bayonetta is calling on the fans. It's someone who's so important and integral to Bayonetta as a franchise, calling out for people to not support this game and instead donate to charity, which is a good message. However, and hear me out, it's all about a personal decision, right? It all comes down to, it's your money. You can spend it the way you want. And the way she words it, I'm not going to sit through. You can watch the videos on Twitter if you want that Twitter thread. There's a 3-part series. You can go ahead and watch through those yourself if you want. The way she words it, it makes it sound like she's saying, you're not morally supporting voice actors if you buy Bayonetta 3, which is completely untrue. Because at the end of the day, voice actors, I mean, they've already gotten paid for their role. It really sucks. We should spread the word more about, terrible voice acting. There was a Breath of the Wild voice actor who literally came out and said, like, I guess they also voice a character in the indie game Freedom Planet, and said, I made way more money because of the residuals of the sales from Freedom Planet than I ever did with Breath of the Wild. So this is I mean, it's going to be an issue everywhere for sure. It seems like, especially probably, definitely Nintendo and probably some of the other, Sony and Microsoft, I'm sure probably do a similar thing too. It just kind of happens at these bigger companies. We see a lot of issues with how these companies are managed, and it's not good. We should spread the word about that. But at the end of the day, boycotting the game, it's up to you. If you feel better not supporting the game, that's totally fine. You can cancel your pre-order. You can just not go out and buy it. I'm still debating. I'm leaning towards. I'm probably still going to play it because at the end of the day, yeah, it sucks the position that she's in. It really, really does. But at the end of the day, there's other people who worked on this game. There's other voice actors in the game. And she really, like, I understand her message, and it's a very good message to spread about supporting voice actors. That is the good part. The bad part is that a lot of this is very focused on her. And like I said, her situation, I'm not trying to target her. I'm saying her situation's very shitty, but it's not just about her. It's about the entire game. It's about the entire staff. They already got paid, sure, but imagine putting your heart and soul into developing a game, voicing the other characters, working on the art, and then it just sells like shit or doesn't even come out. You know what I mean? It's going to release no matter what, obviously. Sales are going to be impacted to some degree. We'll see how much, but imagine that. Like, it kind of sucks. It's kind of a bad feeling. You know what I mean? And like, obviously, this is a big issue, but it's not just her. This has also happened industry wide. So we need an industry wide change. Not buying this game isn't going to do much in the grand scheme of things. I really don't think. The best we can do is spread the word about it to get it in more people's minds, which is great why she posted these videos for sure. This is why I'm so torn on this, because boycotting the game, it's up to you. You decide with your money what you want to do, but don't think that you're not supporting voice actors because you're buying the game, essentially. Just because you buy the game, we don't want to make anybody still buying the game feel bad, because you shouldn't. It's up to you. You know what I mean? It's up to you what you want to do. I mean, same thing with Activision Blizzard games. Like, with those, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're buying the game because you want to play the game. It's not like you want to support sexual assault because you're buying Activision Blizzard. You know what I mean? So that's also not the case here. But you can do whatever you want with your money. The other thing I really have an issue with is the third video in here. She specifically, obviously, she calls out Kamiya's shit because apparently Kamiya's a piece of shit. He was blocking everybody and literally said, like, her actions are deplorable. I'm like, go fuck yourself, Kamiya. And apparently he's, like, off of Twitter now, which is great. Stay away. Literally, just, what a fucking, you can get him out of there. I don't care. But, like, she specifically called out Jennifer Hale, who is now the voice actress for Bayonetta and Bayonetta 3. She also, I think, voiced female Commander Shepard. I think she also voiced Samus. I'm going to look this up really quick. Jennifer Hale, I'm pretty sure she voiced Samus in the Prime games. I mean, not that she had much dialogue, but that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Oh, that would be so sick if she came back in Prime 4. We'll see. But like, she didn't really talk much in Prime from what I remember. It's kind of cool though. But I think she's most famously known, especially for female Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect games. Hellena specifically calling her out, and specifically, like, she says, like, oh, I wish her the best of luck, but she also says, like, it's a little, I know what she's going for, but it's very self-minded. She says, like, she apparently essentially saying that, like, Jennifer Hale is not Bayonetta, she's not going to carry out these games. She totally could. Voice actors change all the time in games. I understand how iconic Hellena Taylor's voice is. It's a great voice, too. I think Jennifer Hale, from what we heard, did a really good job with Bayonetta 3. And I think it's totally a possible thing. You know what I mean? But, like, we shouldn't be shunning others just because, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't even know how to address that because it's such a weird, like, there's issues on both sides. The biggest issue at the end of the day is on Platinum and even Nintendo because they didn't pay Hellena Taylor the money she deserved. She deserved way more money for her role. And for that reason, I commend her for breaking NDA, for reaching out and speaking out against this. And telling people to go spend the money on charity, like, that's totally fine. But at the same time, it's a little self-centered, and I know it's because specifically her scenario, and she's super emotional about it. Totally understandable. But we shouldn't be shitting on someone who's your replacement. We should be shitting on the company for replacing you with that person, but not the person themselves who is replacing you. If that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't make sense in the comments, but that's my take. I think Jennifer Hale is still going to do a really good job as Bayonetta. And the issue is literally on Nintendo Platinum Games. They should have paid her the proper amount she was due. The fact that they're not undoing that, seemingly, I haven't seen Nintendo or Platinum come out at all with any statement, right? Platinum, I haven't seen anything. The only thing I've seen is, or like some PR statement. I've only seen Kamiya come out and be like, "Oh, fuck this," and then just block everybody and then block himself. You can still buy Bayonetta 3 and criticize Kamiya, Platinum Games, and Nintendo. Telling people to not buy Bayonetta 3 while you play Overwatch 2 removes all your credibility. Yeah, like it's kind of a like exactly. It's kind of going to a similar thing I was talking about, where it's like if you're if you're like buying other games, like you can buy games just to buy games. At the end of the day, you're spending your own money. You choose how you want to spend. You know what I mean? Like if you're telling people to not buy one game that's in the situation, but also buying another game that's in the same situation, like in this case Overwatch 2 with Bayo 3, like literally that's being hypocritical at that point. Like it's just I haven't seen them come out with any PR statement about this though. I assume that they will. I assume that they will. Yeah, I love how Camille was got as a spam bot. Honestly, good riddance. What a fucking idiot. Like we all knew he was like kind of we all knew he was just kind of weird with how much he was blocking and unblocking people, but like this is just fucking stupid, you know? So good riddance, obviously. Get him out of there. I don't know. Like Platinum Games, I don't know what's going on with them between like all the live service stuff and like the what was that game? Oh shit. Babylon's Fall, the weird one. That was like a live service that just did not do well. And then this whole situation, I thought Bayonetta 3 was going to be a win for them, but honestly, like I still want the game to do well so we get more Bayonetta games, but like not if they're going to treat their voice actors like this. At the end of the day, they should have paid her her proper due. Good on her for reaching out. I just really think she should have worded her message differently. I understand it was probably in the moment. She was probably very emotional about it, but the way she kind of attacked Jennifer Hale a little bit and not it, like she said you can form your own opinion and like I get that, but like she also then went on to kind of say like to almost imply that you're not supporting voice actors by buying this game, which is not true in the slightest. So at the end of the day, it's all about your decision. It's how you want to spend your money. I'm probably not canceling my pre-order. I think I'm still going to buy and stream the game. Um, I'm still going back and forth on it, but I think I'm still going to play it at the end of the day because I mean to support Jennifer Hale and all the other voice actors who are in there, they should be getting paid their proper due at the end of the day. Like that's something we need to discuss and we need to reevaluate. And I'm glad that people are talking about it because that's something we need to bring to the forefront. But at the end of the day, do what you want. Buy the game. Honestly, the game's probably going to sell more because of this. It's like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Jennifer Hale costs more than Hellena Taylor, so at least get that right before you make the art. What? Yeah, no, Jennifer Hale definitely seems like more prevalent than Hellena Taylor, so they probably offered her more, honestly. I've heard like some like potential ideas that like um Platinum purposefully like lowballed her with the amount of money so that they could get her off the project, which is kind of shitty. Um but yeah, it's just like I don't know. Voice talent is just as important as your graphics. It literally is. Yes, everything. Yeah, Helena Taylor has a very iconic voice, but I don't think Jennifer Hale can carry it on. It's shitty the way that she is carrying it on, but that's not her fault. That's Platinum Games' fault. It's such a weird situation. I gotta end this video because otherwise I'm gonna go on forever just talking about this and rambling on. But let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm obviously on Helena Taylor's side, but I don't like the way she worded some of her stuff, especially like targeting. There's a part 4. What?
Only the dogs pitied him and licked his sores. Lazarus.
I didn't know there was a part 4. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one later. But yeah, like her shitting on Camilla, great. Jennifer Hale, not so great. And yeah, like at the end of the day, vote like decide what you want to do with your money. It's your money at the end of the day. Let me know what you think about that though. Let me know if you're still buying the game. Let me know if you're not anymore. Because either way, whatever you decide, as long as we don't shun other people for making certain decisions, whether they're boycotting or not, as long as we don't do that, then we're good. Let me know what you're gonna do, and otherwise, like I said, it's just like literally just a weird video to talk about. Definitely a little more serious than normal. Helena Taylor being transphobic. What? That's okay. Okay, whatever. But anyways, hope we have a good one. Like I said, I've been a little I might have some other videos to kind of just talk about and catch up on just because like I've been away this whole weekend. But let me know what you think about this one. I will catch you all on the next video or live stream. Take care until then.